Okay, so we're gonna do chicken pot pie real quick and put it all together, and then we gotta run out the door to wrestling practice. So I'm gonna be fast, and I've got some helpers with me today. I've got Levi on the camera and my other two sons, Maxwell and Caleb. So on the stove, I've already got some butter melted. It's 1/3 cup. We're gonna do 1/3 cup butter, and we're going to saute 1/3 cup chopped up onion in that.
Hey, I want to put this in.
Okay. But it's not ready for that yet. And then Max has 1/3 cup flour, which is what's gonna go into here after these onions are cooked up a little bit. And that is what's going to make a roux, and that will thicken our pot pie. Yeah, but not yet. It's very helpful. Very helpful. This is actually really quite quick to put together, and I keep it simple. I just do frozen peas and carrots and chicken. I've got some chicken in the Instant Pot over here. It's done. It's just doing a natural pressure release right now, and I'm gonna pull it out. I just use chicken tenders because they cook fast and they're tender. But you can use any chicken, and you just need about 4 cups, so you could use leftover rotisserie chicken, or sometimes like
use
what?
turkey.
You could totally use turkey, and it could be a turkey pot pie, because guess what's coming up next week? What's that holiday called? It's not called Turkey Day.
I
No, that's pie crust. Oh yes, and I just buy the pie crust because I don't want to make it. I mean, I think this just tastes fine. So that's what we got going on. Caleb, can you carefully mix this around? Like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna go. Max has paint all over his face because he got into Dad's office. Slow. There you go.
I'm gonna do it.
Come on, you can help me with the chicken. Okay?
And I put this in.
This really isn't. This is just an easy way. I cook chicken in here for recipes all the time. Like later this week, we're gonna do a Ritz cracker chicken casserole. The boys really like that. I actually got that recipe from my friend Tiffany Archikavitz Franks. And she gave it to me years ago when I was asking for like kid-friendly recipes. She's got even more kids than I do. How many do you have now, Tiffany? Is it 5 or 6 kids? And they're all beautiful. They all have toad-head blondes and blue eyes. We went to high school together in North Carolina. Hoorah, 7-5. Okay, there's the chicken. Hey, why are you walking around with that? Not helpful. Take it back.
And I have a joke for you guys.
Stop.
What does a cow say to a chicken?
Okay, Levi, come on over, bud. So, Max, bring the flour, pal. We're going to, these onions have been going for a little while, and now, hey, let's not spill that on the way over.
Can I put it in, Mama?
I'm gonna do it. You can help me. Ready? Okay. I just go like this. Ready? Ooh, shake it, like that.
Can I mix it?
Shake it out. Okay, Levi, you wanna come show them this? So this is called a roux, and for a pot pie, basically, no, not yet. What we're gonna do is just kind of stir this around and cook it for a little while, get a little bit of color on the flour, and make sure it doesn't taste like raw flour
to
anymore.
a dragon?
Hey Max, will you shut the
Do you want to
refrigerator?
spray me with fire?
This is why Eric took everybody for a walk yesterday when I did my video. But this is what it's actually really like when I make dinner every day.
What does a
Okay,
lion
so-
say to a girl?
What does the lion say to a girl?
I'm gonna eat you with my bloodstream.
Hey, Caleb, what do you call a cow with no legs?
A snake.
Close. Ground beef.
What animal with no legs with ears?
Okay. So
Well,
next,
ladies, I got feet with boobs.
Levi, we've got 1 3/4 cup of chicken broth. I don't buy cans of chicken broth, and sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. I just have this big bulk jar of bouillon seasoning. Do you go open that for them and put it at the table with a spoon? And then I just make my own, usually for recipes, because I'm cheap. And then just add that kind of slowly. Be careful. You don't want to splash yourself. This is really hot.
I can't do it.
And I just add the chicken broth.
I can totally
And
if I want
you'll
to.
see, Levi, come over here and show them. It is going to get nice and thick from that flour. Can you step back, buddy? I don't want to splash this on your handsome, perfect face. Okay. So this is going to keep thickening. And then what I do next is, hey, Eric, will you open this fruit cup for Max, please? And then, here, show them how it's all thick. They want to see the food, not me. It's getting nice and thick. We add a 1/2 cup of milk for some creaminess. And what I do at this point is I add my vegetables. And like I said, we like peas and carrots, but you can use any vegetables you want. If I was making this for grown-ups, I would put mushrooms in it, and maybe some fresh thyme. I'd also probably go the extra mile if I was making like a fancy grown-up pot pie and roast some chicken breast myself in the oven. I one time took the skin off of the chicken and put it on the top of the pie crust, and it got all crispy when I baked it in the oven. That was pretty awesome. But this is weeknight pot pie, and I can make this with my hands tied behind my back. All right, so in go my peas and carrots.
Little
I put a
panda.
whole 12-ounce bag in there, and I'm gonna let that simmer for like
Wow.
6 minutes or so, just to defrost the. I mean, if you were to cook these in the stove, you would cook them for like 6 minutes in boiling water. So, oh, don't touch those! Ah. For some reason, I don't know how it happens, but every time I leave pie crust out on my counter, somebody squishes them. Okay, now I'm going to shred that chicken up, and I'm just going to add that chicken to this, and we'll come back and show you how I seal the pie up and all that. Okay, so we're back. That was quick, because this recipe is quick. And I sprayed this with some Pam just in case. And nobody likes it when there's no sticks to it. And we are in a time crunch, like we're supposed to be there right now. So I shredded the chicken while we were gone, and I'm about to add that. Levi, will you show them what this looks like? I mean, doesn't that look just delicious? Like, and it was so easy and quick to make. And I feel like a lot of us just have these ingredients in the house. So, boom. I'm going to add my chicken to the gravy. All right. I didn't spill anything. Gonna fold that in. Jennifer Rothmeyer, fold it in. What does that mean? Fold it in. And then I'm gonna stick it in that pie crust. I'm gonna put the top over it, and I'm gonna load my crazy children into the car. And we're gonna go to wrestling practice. And then when we get back, all I have to do is preheat my oven to 425 degrees, stick this pie in there for 30 minutes. So my nasty, sweaty children will be in the shower. And by the time they're done and dressed and ready for bed, it'll be ready for them to eat. Okay, so this is the last part. I do want to show you guys how you seal the pie. That's important. You know those pretty, like, decorative looking cuts on the top of a pie? They do serve a purpose. If you don't do that, your pie
will explode.
That's right, Levi. Okay.
I learned that my first try making pumpkin pie by myself.
Pumpkin pie. Gigi just made us a pumpkin pie last weekend, Levi, and I love that stuff. This is the only part about store-bought crust. I didn't leave this out quite for whatever the time is. I think it's like 20 minutes. I never do. I always forget to. All right, so I'm popping that over the top of it. That's gonna make me crazy. And I'm just gonna push it, seal it around there. I usually try to make it look a little bit pretty, but I mean, like, we are really in a time crunch. I saw my friends Roseanne and Nikki home today. We talked some real estate. And then I went and hung out with my friend Amber because I was in Nocatee, and we talked some more. Ate some chicken bakes from Costco. Okay, now I'm gonna cut the crust. But first, so I'm gonna trim all of this off, but we're gonna get off camera for that. I'm gonna show you how to vent it real quick. I always do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I do like smaller ones like that. Maybe one in the middle, just. And then I'm gonna trim all of this. You could like scallop the edges or pinch them and do something fancy. Again, I don't have time. I'm just gonna pinch it down with a fork after I cut it. I feel like the crust gets all burned on the edges if you don't cover it with foil anyways, and I will not have time for that. Okay. There you have it. So we'll show you what our pie looks like when we get home and it's all baked up.